Hello everybody and welcome to Cars at 100, and on today's review I'm at XS Leasing checking out brand new 2018 Lexus GX 460. As you can see behind me, let's not waste any more time. I'm gonna put information about this company in the description box. Let's go ahead. As you can see here, the outside of this car looks really serious. Now this is the mid-range SUV by Lexus. It is kind of a right before the LX, which is a bigger version of a SUV that Lexus provides. But this one, for the price that it is a very good vehicle indeed. Now as you can see, this 18-inch wheels in front of you look really nice. You have a very big tire wall on these rims, and this tire is really good for off-road and if you want to take this car to suburbs. But it's a very nice vehicle for the city as well. It's a very Japanese design. It reminds of the old SUVs, but it has a modern touch to it. Very nice lights in the back as well, very good LEDs, but they also have a very nice look to them as well. So very good reflectors on the lower bumper. You have parking sensors, of course, in this car, as being a luxury vehicle. GX 460 logos, Lexus logo, very nicely integrated. And this trunk, which we will get to soon, opens this way. Very cool. So overall, I think it's a very accessible vehicle, very luxurious, very soft in terms of the ride. But overall, outside you have also this middle section before you enter the vehicle. Is very comfortably, you can step on it, and it's a very good quality for that, for Lexus to include this. And overall design is really nice. I like this huge grille up front. It has been introduced recently, and when it was introduced, this grille didn't get a very good response, but now people like it. And it tells you once again how design of a Japanese vehicle is a really good thought of process. So let's jump inside. In order to enter this Lexus, you have a very interesting key fob by Lexus, which has been on the market for quite some time now, and it's very nicely designed key fob. But you have here lock, unlock, automatic trunk release when you hold the button, and panic, of course. Have a beautiful Lexus logo on the back of it as well. You can keep this key in your pocket, and you can lock the vehicle by the groove here and unlock by touching the back of this handle and unlocking the vehicle like that. And as you can see here, you are greeted with luxury and nothing less. This feels very high quality. Everything in these door cards feel very nicely designed as well. This is mahogany wood, very good feature you can opt for in this vehicle. Having this car in a base form, just a little bit over $50,000, is a bargain in my opinion. But as you can see here, this vehicle is almost $56,000, and if you want to have the fully optioned vehicle, you can go for the car. This car, as you see here, it's almost $60,000, but you can opt for even more features in this car, and they will be a little bit more expensive at almost $65,000, but you will have more car for that. You will have more features, sound system, and more creature comforts, including the adaptive suspension. As you see in front of you, this looks absolute luxury here, and this vehicle doesn't let you down in terms of the quality. Everything feels really nice. This steering wheel feels like this leather is really soft, and feels like it's gonna last a long time. At the same time, the quality is everywhere here. You have a mahogany wood here on the steering wheel, really good, really well shown here, and I think everything in terms of the design is nailed in this car. I like the steering wheel, feels very SUV like, the square in the middle. I like the design of it as well. I like the logo here, not in a silvery look, but in the color of the interior. Very good feeling when you look at the steering wheel. The logo is not in your face, so that's a good feature as well. You have the controls here for the infotainment of the music that you play, and volume here, mode to change the station or the CD. There is a CD player here, so if you're wondering, it is still here. You have here controls for the infotainment screen, for the information screen, let me correct myself, of the middle of the speedometer and tachometer. So you have also Bluetooth controls here as well. This car comes in with the voice controls as well. You have a cruise control here. There is no actual adaptive cruise control on this car, which would be really good option, but I think that will be something that maybe Lexus should include, and you know, it would be one of the best features for this car. You have the controls here for the window. You have controls for the windows, I mean for the mirrors on the side. You have controls here for the speedometer. You have here controls for the so washers for the headlights in front, and you have a traction control off button. You have also gas cap opener here. Overall, very good quality. You have the handle here, very interestingly integrated here. But let's not waste any time, and let's start this car, and let's put this beast in on mode. You have the key in your pocket, and this car comes to life. My seats have moved up, my steering wheel has moved down to the position that I have set. Very luxurious feel for that, and I think it's one of the best features in a car as well. So you have here infotainment, speedometer in front of you that shows you tag on the left, and you have a speedometer on the right. And very powerful sound and feel to this V8. This is a very powerful car, but you know, for some it's 300 horsepower would not feel a lot, because there are SUVs that are more powerful right now on the market. But still, I think that this is a plenty power for this car. Also, I like this infotainment system, even though it's not really that much updated from the previous one. It's a little bit freshened up. What I appreciate the most though is that it is touch controls, not the Lexus upside down type of mouse that you had here on the previous vehicle. So I think it's best way to show the infotainment system is to still keep it touch screen, and I think that's why brand new BMWs also listen to their customers, and they have integrated their infotainment system, which was in the past not touch controlled, but now it is touch controlled. So that means that it is important for the touch infotainment system to be in the car, and here in this SUV you have that, and it's very good. You have a automatic climate control, dual zone, of course, climate control, and you have here rear climate control as well. So you can control rear climate control from the front as well. You have track selection here, with very big buttons, which is kind of interesting to note. And you have a very good feeling for the volume knob and the tune knob. Tune knob has the scroll feeling with, you know, it stops on every click. This one is smooth, and you feel like it's quality, and it feels very luxurious. You turn it on and turn it off by pressing in. And overall, you have here storage for the middle section. You have here as well USB and aux inputs. You have two USBs actually, and you can have a 12-volt power outlet. If you want to connect and charge something, you have that option here as well. You have something that's called heated and ventilated seats controls, heated and ventilated seats, and controls are here for it. Basically, you can dial it to the ventilated going all the way down, or heated going all the way up. So that's a very good feature as well. But you cannot have ventilated and heated seats at the same time that some vehicles have. You don't have, if you're wondering what are these sections here and why there is no buttons here, is because this vehicle is not fully loaded, and this section comes with adaptive suspension, and it will automatically adapt, and you can manipulate by these switches, which are not available in this car because this is a middle trim vehicle, and it is not fully loaded vehicle. But you still get.
Hey, what's up, Leo?
What's up? Who is this for, guys? What's up, guys? Doing review. And you have here basically controls for the suspension and off-roading. This car can be taken off-roading, and this is really good. Also, you have here a middle section that you can store the cup holder section, I would say. And this is pretty big cup holders. You have these notches here that control your cups, really good. They bend inside, and you know, they will keep your cups in place. That's really nice, and you can close it and unlock it like this. Very good feeling as well for this section. Here you have a automatic transmission here. Of course, it is a very good and very smooth transmission, and one of the best transmissions I've felt in an SUV. And Lexus has been on the market and been known to be a smooth vehicle, but this transmission just adds to that flair. Also, you have here controls for the navigation on the side. You have here controls for the setup and everything else, include for the infotainment system. And you have a 8-inch, like I mentioned before, infotainment system here that is really good in terms of the touch and manipulation. So it's very precise when you touch it, and it's very good in terms of the manipulation and how you control it. So that's a big plus for this vehicle. Okay, let's see what's under the hood of this Lexus GX. And as you can see here, this is V8, 4.6 liters of it, and you have 301 horsepower. Very powerful engine, very big looking engine as well. Wow, very nice feeling to this engine. This is Japanese built engine and Japanese built car overall, so it feels very special indeed. I like this engine, how it looks, even with this cap on the top of it. Still, this car looks really nice. Even though this car is very thirsty on gas, I would say that this car is really nice. It weighs a little bit over 5,000 pounds and has 301 horsepower, and it has 16 miles per gallon combined. So something to consider there. But overall, nice. Okay everybody, as you can see right now, I'm sitting behind the steering wheel of this GX 460 Lexus. This is 2018 car, and once again, it is very luxurious here. I feel like I'm appointed with very good features around me, very good controls, everything in reach, everything is intuitive as well. You have a touch infotainment system, which is very big plus for this vehicle, because it's not intimidating, because it's big. It's very accessible and everybody can use it. And I think one of the best features is also the steering wheel. This steering wheel has a lot of bolstering, very thick, very good, comfortable feeling when you're driving this vehicle. Drive review of this car is coming up soon on the channel, so stay tuned. And overall, I like this wood design. It is very good for this type of vehicle to have a wood design on top and bottom. It feels very luxurious. It adds to the luxurious feel. And overall, I like this middle section here as well. You can open the middle section here by pressing on the side here and opening this middle section here. Very good feeling, very luxury feeling in terms of the leather as well. Everything is appointed with leather on the sides here where your legs rest, on the dashboard, soft touch materials on the side here. It feels like this car is not just big and powerful. It feels that Lexus really delivered on the feeling of comfort here as well. I like the visibility aspect of this car as well. Everything feels that it's been intuitively engineered for the driver. And something that is important to note in these vehicles as well is they are built in Japan. The build quality is here. If you want a car from Japanese brand that is built in Japan, this is one of the cars. And I note this and I state this a lot in my reviews, is because it is important to get the car from where it is built and where it's manufactured and has been engineered, because it is going to be the best way possible of vehicle to be you know, when it gets to the customer. So I think it's one of the biggest factors that you have to consider when getting the cars like this. I like the headliner as well. You have the controls here for the sunroof, and for the you can open it, you can close it here. You can also have the you can also have the mirror that you can see what's going on in the back. It is very kind of a 360 type of feel. Very good, very luxurious feel to that as well. You have here differential lock, so you can lock the differential in this car. This is an off-road vehicle after all. It feels off-road, and it is for the off-road. Even though it's not gonna be taken to the off-road a lot, still this is a city vehicle, and I think for the off-road to have in SUVs, I think it's very necessary. Also, in terms of the power and mile per gallon, this car has a 300 horsepower engine, and it also has 16 mile per gallon combined. That's the drawback of this vehicle, because it is very thirsty on gas. So if you're thinking to get this car and you want to save on gas, this is not the vehicle for you, because the V8 engine will get you spending on the gas. And so something to consider there. But overall, if you don't think about spending money on gas and you want luxury, this is the vehicle for you. Okay, let's check out the trunk space in this big car. And by pressing this button, you can unlock the trunk and you can open it to the side. Very interesting, right? How you open this trunk to the side. But I'll tell you, this is something that Lexus has been doing for many years. And you have a cargo net here as well, a very big trunk. You have here the mud for all season carpet. For all season for carpet, you have all season mats here, and these are really comfortable. You have all season carpets for the front as well. You have an option to replace them in summer to put the regular ones, and in winter you can put all season ones, you know, winter ones I mean. So it's a really good option by Lexus as well. And the sitting position here for the 2 passengers in the back. They are not automatic because this is not fully loaded vehicle, but in fully loaded vehicle you get them automatically, so they will rise up and fall down automatically. But this is manual, but still you have a 7 passengers here if you don't need that much of a trunk space. Very good cup holders here as well in the back for the back passengers, and overall very nice car and very nice trunk in the back. You can also open the top section of the trunk by pressing this button and lifting this up like this. And if you need to put skis or something, you can do that with this top section opening. Very comfortable also. As you can see right now, I'm sitting in the back of this Lexus GX 460, and very good feeling. Lots of headroom, the biggest headroom in an SUV I've seen so far. This is gotta be 7 feet person, I think, can fit in this car. Almost, not quite, but I think they would feel okay here. So that's really nice. So I'm 6 foot and I feel somewhat very comfortably here. And actually you have storage pockets on the back of the driver's seat as well as on the passenger seat. Everything is leather pointed. You have a 7 passenger vehicle here. This is a 7 passenger vehicle. You have here heated seats in the back. You control the automatic climate control in the back as well. This car comes with a premium package that gives you the options to manipulate the climate control in the back automatically as well for the passengers, because this is a 7 passenger vehicle. I think you need that. So I really like the vents here on top as well. Very good handle here for the longer trips. Everything in terms of the door cards feel really good. Very good feeling, very sturdy feeling to the back doors as well. You have a holder here. If you have this car for the off-road, this is a very off-roady type of feeling vehicle. Even though this is used mostly in the city, I think it's gonna be taken off-road, and if it will be taken off-road, it will be a comfortable feeling for the passengers as well, because you're gonna have to take 7 passengers here, including yourself. And something to consider as well is that middle section here is very low, so you have a transmission and you have a drive shaft, I mean, here in the middle, but you don't really feel it. And I think person in the middle here can sit comfortably. There is no sacrifice here in terms of the sitting position. So if you sit in the middle as well, you'll be fine. No compromises here. Even though you sit a little bit higher, I think it's a plus. But overall, I would say it's a nice feeling for the back seats as well. I hope you enjoyed this review of 2018 Lexus GX 460. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.